I was literally skinned completely alive by Pentecostal Christians. They took me by my arms and put two Ford F-150s on each end of my arms that were tied and pulled them as hard as they could and skinned me alive while they were doing it. It was terrible. It was atrocious. It's something that I never want to experience again in my life. And it was a very interesting time in my life. I'll say that. I had gotten into a relationship, and off rip, it was a relationship that should not have happened. It shouldn't have happened. Two completely different people, but like in a way that's not good. Different belief systems, all that, whatever. That's not necessarily the point of this video. But because of that relationship, I got what's that shit that Will Smith's wife said? I got into a little entanglement with religion that I tried giving it my best shot, and I just couldn't fully get through to it. I couldn't. I do believe in God. I do believe that God is real and that there is a God, but I will say that I'm not a big fan of how the Pentecostal Christians in particular go about it. I think they go about it in a very weird way, in a way that does not feel genuine, and it feels extremely performative. But who am I to judge? In the end, I don't know. What do I know? I don't know. But what I do know is my experience. And this isn't even about how they praise. This is about the people that they are. Pentecostal Christians may be some of the worst damn people I have ever met in my life. Legit. And I know for a fact it can't be all of them. It can't be. I'm not one of those people who's gonna generalize everyone. But the Pentecostal Christians that I met, borderline, not even borderline, past the line of unbearable, that there is not even a word in the dictionary to describe it. I don't know how you could fathom. I can't fathom it. I don't know how you could fathom how people could be so just like nasty to others. I legit feel like I was skinned alive because I couldn't be myself. And every time I was myself, it was ridicule, jokes. Put you down. And did I mention put you down? But this wasn't just towards me. This was towards everyone. Everyone did it to each other. Everyone at the church that I would attend put each other down. It was like everyone was coming at each other. No one was necessarily friendly to each other. It seemed like everyone had this secret hatred for each other. And I couldn't really understand where it was coming from. But no one truly seemed to like each other. And that was a big issue for me because I'm all about people. I love people. I genuinely do. I want to do something one day that helps the world and brings people together. That is a big mission for me in this life. But with the Pentecostal Christians that I met, and I keep saying Pentecostal Christians because there's a stereotype and I'm going to take advantage of that stereotype, I'm not going to lie. But the way the Pentecostal Christians went about things was, you had to be a straight line. Like you had to be this, and if it wasn't that, trash. Like you were out. I always felt like I had to seclude myself and I had to hide who I really am. Like I had to tone myself down, and it really fucked with me. It really did, in a way I didn't even realize until it was like, not too late, because I left pretty quickly. But it definitely took a toll on me that I'm thankful that I've recovered from. But there were so many things about me that kind of just like faded. And yeah, you could say, well, you got to have that inner control and strength to say, no, you will be yourself. And I 100% understand that. I 1000%, and I agree you should. But, unfortunately, I got into this place where I was like, man, like, I don't want to be the one to have to like stand out. I don't want to have to be the one to, be confrontational with people and make them feel bad, et cetera. But, looking back on it, I learned a lot, and I am thankful for the experience because it taught me to never go through that shit again, to never hide who you are for anyone. Be around people that accept you for who you are. Because man, in this church, whenever someone tried to do something different, whenever someone tried to do something that was more aligned with who they are, they got fucking roasted for it. But like, not even in a playful way, to the point where it was like, do you hate me? Do you guys hate each other? Where is this animosity coming from? And like with the adults didn't like each other at all. We would always preach about, we're a family, we gotta love each other, we gotta be here for each other, but no one could fucking communicate with each other. No one could communicate. No one liked each other. All the adults would stare at each other as if like they were comparing their lives to each other. They would ridicule each other. They would talk crap behind each other's backs. They would say these mean and nasty things about people they don't even know. The amount of things I've heard come out of a Pentecostal Christian's mouth is just like mind-boggling. I've been around all types of people. I've been around legit every type of person you could possibly imagine, from crackheads to legit multi-billionaires. I've been around anyone you can imagine. No one has been as cruel as a Pentecostal Christian, and that blows my mind. And I worked for a tyrant one time. I worked for a tyrannical realtor, and the Christians make him seem like a sweetheart. And that to me is an issue, a big issue. This just works me up a lot, because I remember at the time just being like, why is everyone so hateful? Why does it seem like there's this energy in this space that just like is the complete opposite of what a Christian should be? I've read the Bible, not in its complete entirety, but enough, more than enough to know that like a lot of what Christians do is wrong. So if you're gonna call yourself a Christian, you can't be out here judging people, talking crap about people, hating people, just showing utterly disgust to your neighbor. It's so weird. It's so completely weird to me. I'm the type of person where, no one's perfect. We all make mistakes. Like no one's bound to not make mistakes. Everyone's bound to make mistakes. But for the most part, you shouldn't walk around looking to judge, looking to pinpoint every weakness in someone, everything in someone that makes them different or weird. Like, you shouldn't be out here paying attention to people with cruel eyes. It's so odd to me. If anything, it should be the complete opposite. We should be here to uplift, to love. But no, they want to skin you alive. It's crazy. I got skinned alive. I legit got the skin ripped from my toes to my head and turned into pork rinds, and I got spat on and told, you're a little too much. You're a little too much. Like, I'm a very outspoken person, but I do think there's a time and a place. But I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to not think there's a time and a place, because I would say things out loud that I felt people needed to hear. And maybe that's a little egotistical, but there'd be times where I'd be like, yo, y'all fucking up. Y'all fucking up. If this is what church is, I don't want no parts of it. And like, the girl I was dating at the time, man, I should have known. I mean, I did know, but it was kind of like a slow burn. But I knew. No, deep down I knew. That's a story for a different day. I knew this was a relationship that shouldn't have happened. But I was like, you know what? I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. I knew it shouldn't have happened. Because I was like, this is not the lifestyle for me. And I mean, and also, she wasn't really, I'm not one of those guys who has like a type per se, but I do definitely like a certain type of person. And she kind of wasn't that. But that's besides the point. What I am saying is, I should have seen this coming like a fucking train that was a foot in front of me. Like, this was not the lifestyle for me, and I've always known that. It's not the lifestyle for me. Hey, I rock with the Catholics. I rock with the Orthodox. They're pretty cool. And I am willing to learn more about it. And maybe if I have kids one day, I'll show them things like this. But I'm really into like Zen Buddhism, things like that. That has always been something that has truly spoken to me. And I've read books on this stuff, and I'm really into it. But I just don't know that I want to be involved in a lifestyle where people are constantly just being skinned alive and being put down and being ridiculed. And like I said, I know that's not all of them. That's not everyone. But from my experience, at least, it was everyone. It was everyone. It was everyone. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And then the speaking in tongues, get that out of here, get that out of here. I don't want anything, I don't want any parts to do with that. The speaking in tongues, nah, I'm over it. The songs also, oh my gosh, there's just so many things to talk about. Like I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to church and it's gonna be about God. I was like, okay, I'm down. I wanna learn more about this. Let me see. Let me give it a try. I'm an open-minded person. Nah, man, I don't want to listen to generic Christian music for a fucking hour straight. What? What is that? I don't want to sit and listen to generic Christian music for an hour straight. Am I the only one that feels that way? No, I don't think so. I think a lot of us feel that way. I just can't. Listen, I respect religion. I do. Maybe it doesn't seem like that right now, but I genuinely do. I think everyone has the right to believe in what they want to believe in. I do believe like that there's something higher than us. What that is, I'm not 100% sure. But what I do know is that no one wants to sit and listen to generic Christian music for a fucking hour. A fucking hour. Do you? Because I don't. But with that being said, I'm never going to let myself get skinned alive by Pentecostal Christians again. And I hope you don't let yourself get skinned alive by Pentecostal Christians. Man, like, thank God I got my skin back, right?